afternoon and welcome to the November 11th meeting of the Milledgeville Rotary Club. Please silence your phones as Kristen Villarreal comes forward to lead us in the prayer, pledge, and the four-way test.
Hi, guys. Everybody can bow their head, of course. Dear Lord, today we honor our veterans, worthy men and women who gave their best when they were called upon to serve and protect our country. We pray that you will bless them for their unselfish service and the continual struggle to preserve our freedoms, our safety, and heritage for all of us. In God's name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our four-way test. First,
Is it the truth?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
and fourth,
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
and fifth.
Is it right? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, as you're seated, please remember our cart fund buckets and let's see how much we have. Last week we had $42 in the bucket. Can I get, well, we don't have a lot of folks here. Can I get 4 people to do a $10 match? Okay, Nick. All right, Frank and Jamie and Eric. All right. Thank you. William, do we have anybody on the prayer list?
Karen said that Randy's doing better. She's over pneumonia and stuff, so keep him in your prayers.
Okay, and we'll keep Scott Brown.
Always keep Scott in prayer so he can get the transplant.
Absolutely. Anyone else have any announcements? Nick?
So today we've got Rotary raffle tickets. If you haven't gotten yours, they're on the table in the back. A couple things happening with it this year. Right now, you've got the same tickets you had last year. I'm going to email last year's list with the people who bought the tickets out to the club. Jennifer, you'll help me do that today. Because we had some people ask and they use that to sell to the same people they sold to last year. So you'll have that today, hopefully. And then we're working on getting online sales set up. So there's going to be 2 types of online sales. The first will be an assisted sale. So you can call up somebody and say, hey, go to this link and pay for your ticket online, and so that you don't have to track people down in person to get their money or to sell these tickets. So that should be really interesting. We're working on getting the payment gateway off the ground. So as soon as we have that, hopefully by next week, Tom and you and I can talk about that a little bit. And then beyond that, after we get a little bit of the Rotarian in-person sales, a couple of weeks of that going, we will have a block of tickets that we're going to make available to online and try to sell to people who may not know a Rotary member, who may not have participated in the raffle, and kind of expand our reach a little bit. So there's some exciting stuff happening. This is our biggest fundraiser of the year, right? So let's make it good.
Thanks, Nick. Anyone else have anything? Let's remember our service project coming up on November the 20th, Thanksgiving baskets. Any that can come help get those baskets put together, it makes it go a lot faster the more hands we have there. All right, Kristen, you want to come forward and we'll do our 50-50 drawing, and we have any guests, Kristen? We do.
Yes.
Yeah, you got the bucket with the card.
No.
Yeah. She's having to fill in and do all the duties today, so.
And the number is, guys, 6502.
She's got to lay out the cards here. Want to come over here, Chris?
Okay.
Queen's that.
Oh,
He gets $10.
For playing. You get $10 for playing today.
thank you, ma'am. All right. Thank you. And Aaron. She's a visitor, our speaker.
Yes, so happy Veterans Day, everybody. Who's a veteran? Thank each and every one of you. Today, we have one of our very own Rotarian veterans. He's here today because I found out sometime last year, he's a part of a really cool program most people don't know about. So I can't even begin to tell you about it. So I'm gonna let Frank tell you.
All right. I'm not sure where to stand, but I'll just start right
Wherever
here. Thank y'all for allowing me to come out and meet with y'all today. Talk to you about a couple of things that I'm passionate about, probably some of you are as well. Okay, and that's doing anything outdoors, spending time with nature, and also helping veterans or being part of the veteran community. So thank y'all for allowing me to do that. And thank you for the club recognizing today. It is an important day. Thank you for that. And Aaron, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm going to give you a special thank you. As everybody know, Aaron exemplifies that selfless service. She is wonderful. So because of that, Aaron, she helped us out recently with something on the nonprofit side. So you get your choice of one of, matter of fact, you can have two hats, Aaron. Because you got your, so you can choose whichever one you want there. Never been worn. They're brand new. Right off the press. So thank you for that. And before I go into really what we do, let me tell you a little bit about who we are. The company was founded 12 years ago. The LLC side was founded 12 years ago from my buddy Ricky Mills, who's a retired Special Forces officer. And Ricky was a Ranger, Special Forces officer, and trained to become a Delta Forces guy. So continuing his special operations career and future. And he was ran over on his road bike by somebody. He wouldn't have made it if it wasn't a nurse that was there. And in his prayers, it kept coming back to connect to nature, connect others to nature, connect to nature, connect others to nature. So Wild Jaeger, the LLC side of the house was born. Okay, and that's the company I'm representing today. And it's a very veteran infused organization. Ricky, John, who's our chief financial officer, our web designer, many of our pro staff. I mean, I could go on and on, except in myself, we're all veterans. Okay, so again, thank y'all for recognizing this company, and I'm excited to talk to y'all about it. So who we are. We have 23 pro staff in the United States, and mostly hunters. And we just picked up a gentleman from Hawaii. We picked up a mom who's a serious elk hunter in New Mexico. And then we have 42 pro staff in Europe. And that's from the Baltics all the way down to the Scandinavian countries, Greece, Spain, Italy, you name it. Okay. The other part is we take Americans hunting in Europe. And I brought some of the trophies along that I've harvested. You can take a look at them either now or at the end. It's a great experience. I'll talk more about hunting here in a minute. And then the third thing we just started, Ricky was taking folks and John and other pro staff, taking veterans hunting for 12 years out of pocket, basically. And when I came on board, I said, well, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right so we can reach more veterans. And we went ahead and started and received our 501c3 this last spring. And proud to say we've got that up and running, and we're running full tilt right now. So before I talk too much into what we do and the details, let me show you real quick. This is our intro video. We have a TV show called Wild Diego TV. So if you're interested in hunting shows, it's a great program to get on. Currently underneath the Pride Network. We're hoping to get picked up by Netflix. That's in discussion right now. And you know, because it's an intro, 30 seconds, kind of snazzy, you know, it's not, that tell you exactly who we are, but it tells you a little bit about what we do and what we're passionate about. Never trust me in electronics.
My name is Ricky Mills, a retired Special Forces officer and the host of Wild Jager Outdoor TV. As a Green Beret, my job was to infiltrate into foreign countries by land, sea, or air, using my language skills and cultural sensitivity to accomplish the mission, whatever it may be. As a global hunter, I'm inviting you to follow me and my team of international hunters as we travel the globe on a quest to hunt every country and every huntable game species. This is Wild Jager.
Like I said, a little cheesy, but that's what you got to do whenever you talk about TV shows and stuff. But so 3 main components that I talked about earlier. And let me go into the marketing side because it's really kind of interesting. I really enjoy it. The marketing environment, as you can imagine, is probably a little bit different in Europe than it is here. They still have a heavy communal aspect to their lifestyle, and the hunting is like that. Now, hunters, if I tell you, hey, this is a good product, you're more likely to buy it, or at least get some good thought to it. Because in marketing in the United States, there's like 8 different touch points through a commercial, article, radio ad, whatever it is, and you go, okay, it must be a pretty good product. In Europe, they still really value that, what I call a trusted agent, someone that talks to them at their local hunting club. And a hunting club in Europe is not the same here. Hunting club here is you go hunting somewhere with a group of guys. That's not what I mean. When you're in Europe, you are in a local hunting club where you meet at least monthly and have dinner. You're in a broader national hunting association. You go down to a local hunting store and you really listen to what that trusted agent has to say. So we have to tailor our marketing to a more organic approach to do that. And what we do, we use our pro staff from all over Europe, because every country is slightly different in their hunting traditions in Europe. We use our pro staff and we send them American hunting products. They hunt with it and they provide that digital content through social media, through their hunting club, through articles, whatever it may be, and they influence the market. We call them brand influencers, and it's pretty interesting. And every country does it a little bit different, but it's really on the pro staff, those brand influencers, where this matters. So I wish I could go on about all of them, but give you an idea of a couple of them. Ivan in Spain owns a hunting outfitter. He owns a hunting store, owns an online hunting store, is an international hunter. Everybody in Spain knows Ivan. Per Christensen in Sweden, he's a character. He's got like a long Viking beard, pretty funny guy. He's also a nationally known chef in Sweden. Everybody knows who he is. He brings what he harvests into food into his restaurants. Anita Százbo, she's Hungarian, wildlife photographer by trade. Just an amazing hunter, hunts all over Europe and Africa. Everybody in Hungary, if you're a hunter, knows who she is. And we send them those products, they hunt with it, and they influence that respective country. It's a pretty unique marketing strategy you have to apply there. And there's lots of other things. I wish I could go more into each of our services. But at the end of the day, it keeps us, let me if I can scroll down. That just tells you some of the things in which we do right there. The second thing we do is we take Americans hunting in Europe. Now, I know that sounds crazy. It would to me growing up. I'm from North Florida, okay, the Panhandle, Florida, or LA, right, Lower Alabama. And So raised, deer, pig, and turkey hunting and all that, saltwater, freshwater fishing. And I've hunted in Alaska and all over North America. And when I got stationed in Germany, if you were telling me hunting here is phenomenal, I would never believe you. It is awesome. And the price point is very friendly to the pocketbook, okay? It is a great place to hunt. We are hunting consultants. So I'm not here as an outfitter to say, oh yeah, come hunt on my property, right? That's what an outfitter does. So we got all these great deer, whatever it may be, right? Consultants, we partner with a variety of hunting outfitters, and we go to our clients and we say, what do you want? What's your budget? How many days do you have? What countries do you want to visit? And we tailor a package toward that individual. And we don't care if you're a corporation and you want to take your executive staff with you and add on a hunt to it, we can help you do that. Or you can go to Las Vegas, right? Probably a little bit of a different experience, right? Going over there, taking your staff would be great. Or if you're a mother-daughter and you want to go shopping in Prague or Budapest, which I highly recommend. Budapest is amazing. Safe, wonderful cultural experience. I don't know about you, but I love good food. I love good wine. I love good beer, right? Go to Europe. I like good architecture. I like seeing the different cultures that are out there. And so we will tailor a package again, if you're interested in that. And let us demystify any concerns you have about traveling in Europe. Okay, we're Americans. We're not Europeans telling you, oh, yeah, just come on over. No, we're Americans. We understand the questions you're going to have. Like, how much euros should you drop before you go? How much do you tip a European guide? Right? What does the airport look like in Munich, Prague, Budapest, etc.? We know. Okay. If you're interested in that, here's some of the critters that you can hunt. I don't know if y'all can see that. That looks like a horrible place to hunt, doesn't it? The Croatian coast, go on an island, hunt on top of old Roman ruins, and harvest a beautiful fallow deer. You can see that she's unhappy in that picture right now. She loves it. It's beautiful. Just again, different. Again, I love hunting in North America, and I'm just as happy hunting on my property here in Georgia. Matter of fact, I was able to harvest a very nice deer the other morning. But if you want something a little bit different, let us know. It's a lot more accessible than you think. It is actually much more cheaper to do these hunts, than it is to go on some of these ranches in Texas, Kansas, and so on. And it's an hour and a half away. It's called getting on the airport and flying over. Okay, it's very easy. This is a red deer, obviously, or what we would call a stag, a red stag in English. In German, that would be called a Hirsch. Beautiful animal. This is one right here. This is one of the two bigger ones I shot. The other one is in my hallway at my home. I didn't want to take it down. This one was in the garage. He was in the Bavarian Trophy Show, which I'm very proud. As an American, I'm sure there's other Americans that have had red deer in the Bavarian Trophy Show, but not too many. So very proud to be part of that. Hunt one of these. It's amazing to hear these guys roar or bellow in a valley. Is an amazing experience. When you're on the ground with them, it's an amazing hunting experience. These are one of my favorite little guys to hunt. These are called roe deer in English. In Deutsch, they're called ray. This is a ray or a roe deer. This is as big as they get. They only get to about 90, maybe 100 pounds. Okay, they are a blast to hunt. I was talking to Jimmy about earlier. It is one of my favorite animals of all to hunt. And Hungary is one of the best countries to go and hunt them in. This is a big one right here. And I was awarded a medallion level from the Hungarian government. This is a monster, in Hungary. So again, great hunting experience. Being on the ground with one of these guys, that's a wild boar. Our pigs in the United States are just that. They're feral pigs. They are not feral. They are wild. And when you're on the ground, I'm not saying it's like hunting a Cape Horn buffalo in South Africa, but I'm telling you, when you're on the ground on one of those things, they are strong and fast, powerful animals. It is a blast to hunt these guys. Absolutely love it. And they're very smart, very smart. Look at that deer. That's a fallow deer. Beautiful animal. Romans brought them over about 2,000 years ago. They're originally from what's modern day Turkey, Armenia, places like that, Caucasus mountain ranges. Beautiful animal. I have a nice one I shot in Czech 2 years ago. But amazing animals to hunt. You see, there's a variety of game in Europe, right? That I think a lot of people don't know about. Chamois in French and English, or Doms in German. Now that we're all learning different languages today. But chamois is a great hunt. You better get on the Stairmaster for this guy. You better get your butt in shape because you're going to work for that. But it is an amazing hunt. Multiple countries. I don't know about you, but you want to go to Slovenia in the Alps, or what's called the Julian Alps part of Slovenia. It is beautiful there. Or if you want to go in the Pyrenees Mountains in France. I don't know if anybody's had French wine or French food, but do that and get to enjoy an amazing hunting one of these guys. Amazing. They also have a sheep species, the mouflon. Hungary's got great ones. And then the Bacidi ibex in the Bacidi area of Spain. So there's one of 3 European species of ibex. There's 6 total in the world. That one's in Spain. And we have a great outfitter there that we work with. And what's pretty cool is we put this on the website because we have a lot of Europeans interested in what we do as well. You know what Europeans want to hunt? They are right. They're 100%. They say that's the most beautiful animal in the world, beautiful deer species in the world. They're right. The North American white-tailed deer is a beautiful animal. And that's all they want to hunt. And so we have the opportunity to bring some of them over, and we do every year, and they go on a Maryland hunt that we have. All right. And finally, y'all can tell I'm pretty passionate about hunting. And I am. But what's most meaningful to me, and I'll never stop serving my fellow veterans. I served 29 years, so I think that qualifies me as a veteran. And understanding what veterans go through, especially those of us who have multiple deployments. And it's very important that, like what we're doing today as a club, recognizing veterans. It's important for us, what we call a civil-military relationship. Because to be honest, what happened underneath multiple presidents is nobody shared the hardships of the last wars, the last 20 years of war. And it's important that you do. It's really the rarest time in human history, actually the only time in human history, where you have not shared the hardship of sending people to combat, and you should. So we all have a responsibility, I think, to take care of them, acknowledge our veterans, and do our part. And so I know Wild Jaeger, our team, we are committed toward this. If you didn't know, kind of a somber point here, 22 veterans a day kill themselves. And there's a multitude of reasons for that, but that's ridiculous. That's unacceptable in our eyes at Wild Jaeger. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm spending my time to do something for my fellow veterans. Just like the hunting camps out of World War II, when the GIs were coming back, we're creating that same environment where they can come and connect to each other and connect to nature. And we think that's a situation that you have to occur where good things happen. You have to create those situations. It comes over not sitting down with somebody for an hour and telling them what's going on in your life. It happens over a cup of coffee before you go hunting that morning. It happens at the end of the hunting day when people are talking about what they've harvested and they're drinking beer, and they're allowed to have a decompression zone together. We know that's important, and we're creating that environment. Last weekend, we took a Iraqi war veteran, an amputee, on a bow hunt. We were able to configure a bow so he could hunt deer. Also last weekend, we took a Vietnam veteran hunting who's disabled to the point he can't move around. And so we were able to put together a golf cart so he could have his pheasant hunt. He said, I haven't been pheasant hunting in 40 years. And that was what he wanted to do. So we were able to arrange that. That was in New Jersey. And then we had a hunt in upstate New York a few weeks ago. And I'm proud to say Georgia definitely representing as far as Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures goes. If you all look on your table, there's a flyer here. That's for this event that we started this weekend. We have 7 veterans that we're taking hunting. A very gracious host is allowing us to shoot 1 doe, 1 buck of choice, which is really nice, as you know. Everything is obviously expense free. They just show up. As long as they got a Georgia hunting license, we take care of everything else. And they're going to have a great time together. We have a Gulf War veteran. We had a Vietnam veteran come in who's paralyzed, but he wasn't able to make it because his health this last week. He just can't make it now. But we have someone from the Gulf War we have a guy who's a ranger. And if you saw his awards and decorations, I'll just say that he is a warrior to the nth degree. I mean, a warrior. Okay. And he has been texting me all week how excited he is to spend time to go hunting. He's out of Fort Benning. Okay, he's out of the Ranger Regiment. We're excited to get them all together, all across the different ages, be inclusive to disabilities, whatever it is, and then allowing that situation to occur so that Gulf War guy can turn to a guy who's still serving and say, hey, that's a beautiful deer. And then those little conversations occur. Okay. I'm shamelessly will ask for your support, because I can tell you the more that we're supported, the more veterans we're taking on these outdoor activities. I already have someone lined up to do another hunt this December. I have someone offering to take us on their charter boat next summer. We're going to get a group of veterans together, and so on, so on. It's happening full bore now, and it's certainly a labor of love, but we feel it's important. So you can get on our website, and the link is there. If you wish to support, there's a donate button at the bottom, and there's other ways. There's Amazon Smiles. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. That's another way to give. All the information is on the website if you want to do that. Or if you want to know about anything else we're doing. But I'm here, so if you got any questions, please hit me up. Yes.
How do hunting regulations differ in Europe than they do here?
Much more stringent in what we would look at, but at the same time, more freedom. So it's tougher to get your German hunt license. I was telling you about, it takes 5 to 6 months for me to get my Jagdschein. And I had to speak in German to get it. I was using, you think I should use the example real quick to tell you? To give you an example, red deer have 34 teeth. 32 of them are called grenulin, which are ivory nose teeth in their upper jaw. This is, his antlers are called Geweih. Each side is called the Stange. This is the Augsprasse, Einsprasse, Mittelsprache, Krumm. The little bumps are called Perla. This is the Rosen. This is the Rosenstock. That's on one animal. And I can do it for every animal you see up there, and including waterfowl.
You had to be able to make that.
And you had to do it in Deutsch. So a little bit different, but once you have your Jagdschein as an American, I can go in any store, and I actually have my EU hunting license as well. I can go in anywhere from Poland to Croatia and buy a gun and do it and hunt right off the bat. All you got to have is show you that Jagdschein. And the Jagdschein is so well respected. You go to South Africa and with PHs, professional hunters as they're called, and say, yeah, I have a Jagdschein. They're like, oh, you're good. They don't ask questions. So once you have something there, there's a lot more freedom. Local hunt, can you imagine if the wildlife officer here in Baldwin County said, we're going to extend out hunting season for another month? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That's not the way it's done in the United States. In Europe, the local guy is called a pector. And the pector, who manages all the reveres, the hunting lands, can say, I'm extending hunting season for another month. So there's actually more freedoms. It's initial kind of tough to get it, but once you have it, all the freedoms in the world. It's very interesting. It's just different. They've been managing game and lands for hundreds of years. We're frontiersmen.
And are the lands private land or are they public lands?
Both, yeah.
So when you harvest deer, how to get, I guess, where does the meat go, and does it stay local? I know
It
getting
does.
back across the United States, stuff back overseas.
It's a little bit tougher to get an antler back, to get trophies back over, but not because of Europeans, because of Americans. That's the DNR and it's 3 different agencies you have to go through. I did it for a few animals, so it's tougher. But what was the first part of your question? The meat, yeah. So again, remember I was talking about that village mindset, that communal mindset in Europe? You have in every village in Europe, and let's say in Germany, you have a baker. You have a metzgerei, a butcher. When it's hunting season and you go out to eat in Europe, pretty much everywhere in Europe that I've been, there's a menu with all the wild game if it's during hunting season. There's a regular menu, but that's where the meat comes from, the local hunters.
Well, I just got back from Switzerland 2 weeks ago, and they were saying it was hunting season.
Yep.
And there was deer and there was all sorts of wild game on the menu.
That's right. If it's during hunting season, and again, that kind of village mindset still remains throughout Europe. I mean, even in Hungary, it's that way. Throughout Budapest or Paris, you're going to see local meats on the menu.
Like on your veteran camp that you're down here in Georgia, say you got camp, you taking them hunting, I guess you got lands that have been donated to take them on. But do you have like a host place where, how do y'all do that? Are y'all camping? You have to lodge? What's that look like?
These people have a cabin, they have their home and then a cabin that they use. I mean, it's nice, got fireplace, bunkhouse kind of part to it,
Right.
a full kitchen. And so we're taking them all in there, and then all the volunteers, we have another place for staying
So
on
they
the
just hang
property.
out, they get to hang out and
Yep,
camp
a
all
big
weekend.
fire pit, they got a big pond, and all weekend, it's just literally, we're gonna hunt Friday night, and starting tomorrow,
Yeah.
Saturday, but they got a big fishing pond, they told us we can catch and release, or catch and release if we want to, or keep the fish on Saturday, and then we're releasing there by about 11 on Sunday.
Okay.
But yeah, everything is taken care of. Literally, they're just bringing a pillow. And I'm providing a rifle for one veteran. And by the way, a couple of them are locals. And the rest of them are pretty much throughout the state of Georgia.
Frank, question. More appreciate your comments about us remembering the veterans. I agree with that. When this thing's going, but the families of the veterans too. People don't think about raising kids by themselves. I'm curious. So I have no idea about hunting. So if I was to go to Montana for a ranch, hunt for 4 or 5 days, whatever, what would that cost, and what would the cost be to go to Germany and hunt? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I'm sure it's all over the place, but it's your rule of thumb.
It depends on the size of the trophy,
Yeah.
how many days you want to stay there, the outfitter, it's a multitude of factors along there. But let's just say, I didn't bring it with me, that chamois, that critter that was jumping over that mountain thing, whatever. So if you were to hunt a mountain goat in the United States, who's my hunter? How much do you think that would cost you? A mountain goat in the United States? 15, at least 12,000. Because that's a guide that I could go on and on. It would cost minimum, you'd be lucky at 10,000.
Okay.
I can put you on multiple species in Europe on that. If you wanted a red stag like this, my tickets are about $1,000 to fly from here to wherever, Munich, maybe a little bit cheaper in Scotland or England, and go hunting in Scotland for red deer. I would say this guy would be about $2,000. How much would a Texas Hill Country buck cost you? How much would an elk hunt cost you?
I got no idea.
Lot.
Okay.
Okay. At least $5,000.
Okay.
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
If you're lucky to get a tag, who's going to take you out to the hunt range? You got to drive out there,
Gotcha.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's why that's why when we sit down with folks, we will educate them on all that part. And what happens is, here's what happens. Everybody goes hunting in Europe one time, goes back again and again.
Gotcha.
I'm not dropping names here, but I kind of am right now. The editor for Safari Club International, he and I have become friends, and I'm getting an article published here real soon by SCI. So that's pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
I have articles published in the military, but nothing in the civilian world, so I'm excited about it. And he was saying the same thing. I was like, why are more people? And he goes, well, America's blessed with abundance of wildlife. And he goes, and people think safari as Africa. He goes, but once you go, he's like me, once you go to Europe one time, I promise you're like, oh, I'm going back next year or 2 years, 3 years. And it's just demystifying a little bit. Once you go over it, everybody goes. Yeah. But price point wise, it's much more friendlier than you would think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the
transportation get over it is all set by how. Gotcha, okay.
But you said about getting licensed. I mean, how does someone?
All you need to do for us, and again, we take care of everything. You have a Georgia license? That's all you need to go hunt in Europe. Yep, that's all you need. Go over there and the outfitter takes care of everything else. And we give you a checklist. We give you the difference between us as consultants too, because we're Americans. We're not Europeans telling Americans. We're an American telling American about how weird and like the little nuances are. And we just tell you everything it is, so you're very comfortable going over there and having a great cultural and hunting experience. But yeah, it's very easy for an American to go over there and hunt. Literally, get on a plane, go over. We got myself, Ricky, a few of our other folks will meet you at the airport, take you out to the places. And literally, oh, by the way, anybody ever stayed at a Habsburg Palace before? You want to stay at one? And go hunting and eat great food and be in a hot tub or hot springs, actually. You want to be close to Budapest, which I highly recommend. Who's been to Budapest? I think Budapest will become your favorite city, a European city. We can take you in places where you're 30 kilometers outside of Budapest. So you go hunt in the morning, go into Budapest during the day, go back hunting in the afternoon. That's what my family did. They would go hunting with me from Mouflon, wherever it is, and then we'd go stay inside Budapest for 4 or 5 days. Go to the Christmas markets in Budapest, Prague, Vienna. It's amazing. It's easy. That's my point. It's easy. Very easy. You'll love it.
But this is only for veterans, correct?
No, the LLC side of the house, the business side is for anybody. Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures is just for obviously veterans. And that's who we take hunting with us. Our supporters and volunteers can be anybody. And those like the folks that are donating land for us to hunt this weekend, they're just folks on the east side of Macon who are just patriots and they just want to help veterans. And so they offered this to us. It's absolutely. And no, just the normal hunts can be for anybody. Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures are just for our veterans. Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
So how often do you travel to do this?
Well, COVID obviously disrupted quite a bit. If there's a person that's experienced with hunting in Europe and traveling in Europe, we'll have our pro staff meet them over there and meet them in the airport. By the way, does everybody know like an airport is in both that native language and English? You know what I mean? So it's easy. You get and you're like, oh, go to gate. Hartsville is a lot harder to get around than any other airport in Europe I've ever done. I'm not kidding. So don't worry about that. If it's an experienced person and we know, and like we have people that hunt with us repeatedly, they're like, hey, Ricky, my buddy, you don't need to meet me over there. But if we have like 3 or 4 people we want to take and, they're new to it, absolutely. And I had a person recently, we were going to go, but business, to be honest, he's just too slammed with business. And he had planned to hunt this September for red deer. And he was like, Frank, I want the primo package. I was like, what does that mean? I said, primo means, let me tell you what I would love to do. And he was like, that's what I want. And I'm like, oh man, but he's like, I'm gonna have to go next year. Because right now business is really, it's just too good to be honest. He's like, I'm literally slammed. I can't afford to go. But I'm landing him in Munich. I'm taking him to my favorite hunting store in Munich, where I know the owner. I mean, I've known him for years. And then I'm gonna take him out to the hunting property and have him have a great experience. And we were going to stay in Munich for a couple of days and just have him walk around. So if you want to tack on kind of a little bit of a tourist side too, and I think that's the future, by the way, of these type of hunting events is taking folks to do a hunt, yes, but get you over there before the hunt or after the hunt and go, okay, why wouldn't you want to enjoy the Italian Alps? Hello. Why wouldn't you enjoy the Pyrenees Mountains? Why wouldn't you enjoy Hungary? I know it sounds crazy. Hungary is the most beautiful country in the world. One of my favorite places, and was it Hemingway says, where a man longs to be, where he was not born is where he is meant to be. I feel that way for some reason about Hungary. It's the most beautiful countryside and great hunting. Amazing, amazing place. We'll take care of all of it. It's like once you get it, you're like, oh, it's too easy. You'll just be getting on the plane with an itinerary, everything taken care of, and enjoy what you're doing.
I appreciate your passion. You're very passionate about it.
I just soon go over there and not hunt.
Yeah.
That's why I would go, I just want to, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna hunt.
well, I will be your free
That's what I'm saying.
consultant and tell you,
No, I'm serious, I'm
Yeah.
100% serious.
I've had 3 kids that I've known over my life, buddies of mine, their kids, that grew up, who graduated high school, college. And they were like, you need to go talk to your Uncle Frank and let him tell you where to go.
Yeah.
And I'd sit down and I literally, I'm saying, you need to stay 3 days here. Are you a single man? Yes. You need to spend 5 days here, brother. Really, Uncle Frank? Yeah.
But you know the local landscape, that's the whole thing. Your tour guide would be the most valuable part of me. You know, right,
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might tack on a hunt.
Yeah.
What would happen once you get, to like the manors
Right.
that or the lodges that we stay in sometimes, and you're just blown away how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
Just beautiful places. In the hunting lands, you just all grows on you.
Right.
Very quick. And as in those who've traveled here, it's a little bit slower down. If you work past 4 o'clock and there's something wrong. Like what? No, it's time to go. It's 4 o'clock. Every day you go and drink beer or drink. If you're Italian, you drink way too much wine while you're drinking an espresso at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And, but that's what your time is spent with your friends every day. And the hunting is like that. It's just, you're just gonna look around the architecture going, man, I'm like walking in a Christmas cake, or your birthday cake here, it's just gorgeous. We love it. Like I said, I love hunting all over North America. I'm going bear hunting in North Georgia in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm as excited about that. That was my bear that was shot. Did I tell you all that already? That's in the video, the opening video. That was my bear from last year here in Georgia.
Okay.
Nice black bear. Yeah, y'all didn't know we had him up here in Georgia. Anyway. Yes, I've overextended. Sorry. Sorry. Thank y'all.
All right. Well, Frank, thanks again. That was awesome. Ken, thank you for coming. Come back and visit us again. And with that, we're adjourned.
Don't forget to get your tickets.
Yes.
Oh, appreciate it. But that's what it was. My team up, I'm like,
Very good. Thanks, sir.
you ever have that board? Yeah, I don't know.